Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. Okay guys, so we're doing our first video today on the second channel. This is our extra coverage channel and we have a lot of drama. Now, the reason I didn't do it on the first channel is because we are doing hot messy topics right after this. That's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern with So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey and also Kim from Bravo Breaking News. So it's going to be so much fun. You won't want to miss it. Now, with that, Teresa, Tamra, this is kind of like the gift that just does not stop giving. And I thought maybe I was kind of hopeful that after BravoCon, we'd be able to come to some sort of resolution, but that is not the case. And I'm going to break it down with video, audio as to why. So I guess let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So I'm definitely going to post a poll in the community tab asking you guys, what do you think about this and whose side are you on at the end of it? Because there's definitely a side to take, especially in the housewives world. But these two ladies cannot seem to get it together when it comes to getting along, which is totally fine. So now All About the Real Housewives came out with this, and they have clips, which I'm going to share with you. But Teresa Giudice is dubbing Tamra as a miserable sugar mama in response to Tamra calling Louis Ruelas the worst housewives husband. So it was at BravoCon 2023 where Tamra Judge screamed that Teresa Giudice's husband, Louis Ruelas, was the worst house husband, even though it wasn't even her question. But I just want to say this really quick. I think that Tamra does a lot of things for shock value. And I think that when she puts out things or says things and, you don't know how anyone's going to react to it, I think that that's kind of gotten her to where she is today because she's really unpredictable and she will say whatever she wants to say. And one of the things that kind of goes in her favor is that a lot of people, especially housewives, they'll make up things in order to make storylines happen or make up things in order to move forward in the rankings and make sure they solidify their spot. But one thing about Tamra Judge that I find interesting is that her cast is constantly reiterating the fact that, well, she's not a liar. And I'm sure that that probably doesn't sit well. And then for Teresa Giudice, we know her as the OG of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and she's not going to put up with anybody. She's flipped tables. She's almost went back to jail over somebody who's been taunting her. Her whole life has played out on TV, and not her whole life, but a lot of drama, and she has not held back. So you have two dynamic people who this is going to get ugly. But wait, hold on. So Teresa is clapping back at the miserable OC star after her latest unfounded attack on Louis. And on the November 9th episode of her Namaste Bitches podcast, Teresa went in on Tamra with the most epic clapback ever. She said, she's been talking about my husband. Someone said to me that she said my husband is the worst husband on Housewives. Excuse me? But she then discussed Tamra Judge's marriage to her husband, Eddie, and she insinuated that Tamra is a sugar mama to Eddie who lives off of her. Doesn't her husband live off her? Isn't she the sugar mama for him? And I think maybe he's getting tired of her. And maybe that's why she's acting up or something, because she's older than him. She's the sugar mama. She bought the gym so he could run it because he was the trainer. This is what I've heard. She also continued on with, she's butting herself into my business and she doesn't even know me. And she doesn't know my husband. She doesn't know us at all for her to even open her mouth. And I went out to dinner with her one time with my ex-husband, Joe Giudice, one time. But she was just never my cup of tea. We never even talked after that. So it's like she doesn't even know me and she does not know my husband. It's like, stay in your lane, girl. That's what I have to say to her. Stay in your lane. Obviously, she doesn't even talk to her own family. And she doesn't because I've watched the OC and I remember. She's just a miserable person. And if you're miserable, be miserable where you're from in Orange County. Okay, guys, I'm going to play the first clip for you and see what you think. I know I've played this clip before, but I want to play it just to see. And then I'm going to play the clip of Teresa. Hold on. Here we go. These two, this is kind of actually like, man, I love a good Housewives crossover, and they're definitely keeping us on our toes.
Sheree.
Worst house husband.
Louis.
But he's not. Oh, I'm not saying that. Let me think. Okay, Ralph right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hello, Ralph.
Ray.
So in the comment section, you see, seriously, get up, fucking life, Tamra. Tamra is such a bust, couldn't even get the crowd on her side. Retire already. She's so desperate for Teresa's attention. Let's not forget how she freaks out anytime someone mentions Eddie. She is the worst housewife to come back. She needs to stay on pause. She was great, but is a try-hard. Kind of like her butt buddy, Teddy. She was trying for a moment and it didn't land. Shout out to Sheree for saying heck no to saying Louis. She doesn't even know that man. What is her fucking problem? And Tamra wishes that she had the love that Teresa has. Watching her take shots with Joe Gorga said a lot. Where was her husband? Okay, guys. Oh my God, this is so messy. Wait, now I'm going to play the next one. Which, by the way, hold on it really quick. This is just a Gia Giudice appreciation post. Look how stunning she is. But wait. Here we go.
Even
Talking about my husband, that someone sent that to me, that she said my husband's the worst husband on Housewives. Excuse me, doesn't her husband live off of her? Isn't she the sugar mama for him? And I think maybe he's getting tired of her. And maybe that's why she's like acting up or something, or like, cause she's older than him, right? Or is that the case? She's a sugar mama. She bought the gym so he could run it because he was a trainer. No, this is what I've heard. Because now, since she's butting herself into my business, and she doesn't even know me, and she does not know my husband. She doesn't know us at all. For her to even open her mouth, I went out to dinner with her one time with my ex-husband Joe, one time.
But this
was just never my cup of tea. I never, we never even talked. So it's like she doesn't even know me. She doesn't know my husband. And it's like, stay in your lane, girl. That's it. That's what I have to say to her. Stay in your lane. Obviously she doesn't even talk to her own family. She doesn't, because I watched it. I remember like in the beginning, like she's just a miserable person. And it's like, if you're miserable, be miserable, like where you're from in Orange County, and stay there. Even talking about my husband.
Okay. So I'm willing to say, or I feel like maybe this is going out on a limb, but I don't actually think it's going out on a limb at all. I think that this is pretty accurate, that these two are not going to quote unquote squash that beef. Obviously, they're not going to stop talking about each other. And Teresa, and I'll give this to Teresa. Teresa doesn't really, from what I've seen, she's not the one who initiates these back and forths. I think that Tamra and Teddy get to talk about certain things in other housewives because of their two T's in a podcast. And I think for Teresa, based off of my interview with her and her co-host, Melissa Feaster, I think that she went in with this idea of, I want to do stuff that promote women and promote family, and I don't want to live in the negative or talk bad about anyone. So I think that they have two totally different platforms. And I also think that Tamra knows how to get a soundbite, and Tamra knows how to initiate controversy. And I feel like for Teresa, I just wonder, did they see each other in the green room? Did they run into each other in the back? How did that go? This almost makes me a little uncomfortable. But listen, again, I'm not going to just put this out there and not ask your opinions. I am so curious. And don't forget that we are going live right after this for Hot Messy Topics. That's at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I will pin that link in the comment section. I love you guys. Literally, we're going live in 30 minutes. I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.